Hello, hello. This is Paulina from Paulina Art Stuff, and today we are back with our wonderful cat book called Nelco Neco, a story of a precious cat. And we're gonna be working on this double page spread for Halloween, and it is this lovely book. It is a buddy group that I am part of on Instagram, and it has been started by Amy Ward Art on YouTube. And for the month of September and October, we have picked this lovely double page spread from, well, the Halloween section, as I call it. So as you can see, it's a really big double page spread. So yeah, it doesn't exactly fit in screen, but I did not want to put my camera any higher because I also want to zoom in when we're doing like really detailed parts, like the tiny pumpkins and such. So that's why we are a little bit zoomed out. As you can see, I already placed some paper behind the page, but they're not really through the middle, but that's fine. And I put clips on the sides so that my paper won't move. I've done that on both sides. So I've done some preparation, but it doesn't need to go all the way to the spine, but it would have been better, but it doesn't fit the entire page. So it's fine the way it is. Then I've got my paper tissues. I've got 2 of them, but this one is already used with some gold, but can still be used. So I've got 2 of them. Then I've got my brushes from Chris Hong by Craftamo. It's a collaboration piece. This is her artwork. I'm really a fan of her. And I bought these wonderful watercolor brushes. And my favorite is this one. Simply because it's nice and big. And then my next favorite is this one. A lovely round brush. Pretty big, but with a really pointy tip, as you can see. So I usually do everything with this one, but just to be sure that we can do everything, we're also going to take the tiny one today. But usually I don't use it. Like this one I've used quite sometimes, you see, but I don't want to use that. I think I will just go for big, medium, and a small. In case I can't do it with this one, I will grab that one, but usually I end up only using these 2. So yeah, these are the ones that I'm going to use today. So I can put these away. There's a nice magnetic clip here, as you can see. See? So this is how I keep them, like, so I can find them. So I put them back at my art trolley, which is to the right of me. We are going to be using my Ruben watercolor. It's a Japanese brand, if I'm correct. And there's a really nice packaging. Like this is like one of those cloths that you usually get when you get glasses. Then they always give you something like this to clean it with. That's what it reminds me of. And then you got your tin inside. So we can move this out of the way. So let me also grab my, like I've got this piece of cardboard. It's like literally the back of a sketchbook, as you can see. So I keep them so I can put my watercolor on it so it doesn't go on my book if I don't want to. So that's also handy. So when I open it up, I've got my swatch sheet with every color that is in this set. So these are the colors that we are working with. So I will put this right in front of me so I can see it while we work. And then when I open it up, I placed all the labels that these were packaged in. I placed them here so I know which pen is which color. Because it's really difficult for me to otherwise know which one I need. Because especially these, they all look quite the same. Well, if you look at the swatches, let's see, the other way around. So this one is that row. Then this row is the one next to it. And then for the other side, the outer one is this one, and that one is that one. But you can see it looks all the same, but in reality it's different. So that's why I like to keep this like there so I can reference it. But I always use it the other way around so that I can mix my colors in here. And I like to keep it really clean because that works the best for me. Let's see how we are going to do this because I've got a double page spread. Usually I've got like only one side to work on. And today we need 2 sides. So let me move this out of the way. Let me make a little bit of space. I think I'm going to put it on the right side of me because I don't have much space on the left because my camera is there. Yeah, I did not think this through. But we're gonna only use watercolor today. And I'm hoping to do a base layer on the entire picture on both sides. So that's my goal for today. I've got a reference picture for the background, which is like a Halloween poster from some game, I guess. It's called Halloween with a T on the end, I think. So I found it on Pinterest, and that's my inspiration picture. I will put it on the screen for you so you know what my goal is, or at least what kind of vibe I'm going for. So let me pull up my sleeves because I don't like it if my sleeves go into the paint. Then I've got 2 jars of water, and I usually have 2 so that I can use one as a fresh bottle and one as like my dump bottle, like for cleaning purposes. Ugh, let me open them up. Okay, they're both open. So with one of them, when I clean like my brush, I use one to clean immediately after using the pigment. So that's the dirty one. And once I've used that one and it doesn't get any clean, I use the other one. And then I can it's easier for me to then have it like nice and clean more easily, and I can use my pens again. Okay, I think I'm ready. I always find it a bit scary before I start because I never know where to go exactly. Like that's the whole thing with watercolor. It's not my happy safe zone, so to speak. I always have like, I had a question about these things, how you put them back on when you're done, because they usually always catch a few bristles, and I understand what they mean, but if you put them on while they're still like a bit moist, the brushes, after you clean them, you leave them for a little while, and then you can easily slide them back in without catching any hairs, because they're really nice. Like if I try to do it like this, like yes, you probably will catch something, but if they're still a little bit wet, it's much easier to put them back on. And just to be honest, you really don't need to put them back on if you don't want to. They are just fine as is. It's just my habit of putting them back on when I'm done. But you really don't need to. Like for all my other brushes, I don't have any of them. I just threw them out because I got a lot of brushes, like for oil paint, watercolor, acrylic, all the brushes. But these are specifically for my watercolor, and I don't use it for anything else. Okay, first step is wetten the entire page, and I have 2 methods of attack for these kind of things. I either do wet in wet, that's usually what I do with a large space like this, or I do some more dry brushing, and then you don't wet the page before. Like once it dries up a little bit, I usually go into the more detailed areas when it's drier so it doesn't bleed out. So I usually start with like the background and the pathway, the grass, whatever, you know, because that is okay if it bleeds. But if it bleeds on the characters into the background, that's not nice. So then you rather do a more dry technique. And besides that, you also have a technique in which you do all the shading first. So instead of doing every color on every object, you start with like only purples, and you do everything in purples so that you've got a black and white value, so to speak. And usually you do that with blue or purple because those are like shadow tones, like cool tones. And once you've done that, that's also an option. Then you can just go over with, like, for instance, a yellow. So you've got like a nice gradient with the blue on here, for instance, and then you put the yellow on top. You immediately have the shading if you do it that way. I usually don't, but that is a technique that is used a lot by artists. But I will not do that today because it's already complicated enough, as we can see. Like where to start, you know? Well, we are going to start because we're almost 10 minutes in and I haven't done anything yet. So let's wet this up. Like just use a nice amount of water and just wet it all. That's my first step for this process. Just wet it up and then we will see how far we will get today. Because I really hope I can do the entire page. At least one color, you know, like everything just once at least. And if that works, we will see if we can do more than that. But I don't think so. For me, the most important thing is to have a base layer on the entire page. So that next time We either do more watercolor if I'm not happy with it just yet, or we can start with colored pencils, because that's the goal here, to have a nice, an easier job with the pencils. That's why I'm using watercolor first, because this paper doesn't work really well with my polychromos pencils, and that's why I like to use watercolor. Like, you can see the shine if I do like this. That's what you want. Then it's wet enough. So now let's do the other side as well. Like, it will probably dry up before we've done everything, before we've done like all the colors on the page. So I probably have to do this a few more times during our session, but that's perfectly okay. Doesn't matter. If it gets too dry and you want it a little bit wetter, you can always just do the parts that you're working on and leave the rest if you don't mind it becoming a bit dry. But the reason I make the entire page wet and not just the part I'm working on is so that the page doesn't buckle as much after it dries up. Because if you make the whole paper wet, it will like extend. So that's why it's a bit bubbly now and it pulls up. It's not flat anymore. And once it dries up, it will shrink down again. It will like go back to its original state. It expands and crimps again. So when you do the entire page, you have less of the like really like wavy type of thing. I see a hair here, so let's remove that. There we go. I think this is fine. Okay, I like when I do this, you can see it lifts up. It has like, it literally is moved up because it extended. So for some reason it feels like the paper has more space, but it's just because there's water that is like sucking it up. Okay, so what I will do now is I will start with a light blue for like the horizon part, and probably also the house. Let me open my reference. I've got that right over there so I can look at it while we paint. So I want a light blue gray tone, and I think that one, let me see, maybe that one, is that too dark? That's maybe better for the trees, these two. I do like that one though, but it needs a little bit lighter. So if we use a lot of water, we can use this one. So yes, I will do this one. Let's see which one that is on my tin, because that's always my most difficulty with this. It's that one. Okay, good. Okay, let's do this. Do I want to paint with this one? I do not. Okay, let's grab my other brush. Where did I put it? Oh, there. What a great start, don't you think? It's a bit messy, but we will make it work. So I will mix my color to the right of me, where I've got my palette. Right now I'm taking the pigment from the pen and putting it in the tin, and I'm diluting it with water. That's everything I'm doing. So this is color, which one is the second one? A297. I will put it on the screen what the name of it is. Like, it's a really, you can't even tell. It's a really bright blue. I think I want it even lighter. I'm afraid this is too dark. Okay, let's put more water. We can always go darker, but going lighter is difficult. Okay, let's do this. I've got a really wet brush that is stuck. Okay, good. And now what I will do is I will put it on the bottom of the horizon. Like, ooh, that's a lot of water. Let me dab it a bit. Like so that the water is gone. And then we will work with it. Because I want a really light color. This is going to be tough because do I need to go around the tombstones, or am I okay if they're blue? I don't know. I think I'm okay if the background is blue. Okay, let's just do it. In the trees I want really dark, and there's a hair on my paper already. Like, come on, where did that come from? Okay, let's keep going because it's already drying up. So I'm just gonna make it blue on the bottom. Come on, I don't want it sinking in there. There we go. I soaked it up with a piece of paper so it doesn't get too blue in the spine. Like, it does it again because I've got water on my brush, but that's okay. I will clean that in a minute. Right now I just want the same color all around the horizon line without it drying up on me. I'm just gonna put it everywhere as quick as I can. Let me use a little bit of water on the top so I can blend it out so it doesn't become like ugly and a harsh line. Because if I don't do this, it will have a really harsh line on the top and you get like a line. If you fade it out with some water, it gets really nice and soft. That's why I now only use water and no pigment at all, so it doesn't look horrible afterwards. As you can see, I'm now just using my water to move the pigment around. That's all I'm doing right now. I don't mind it going on the trees and all that stuff. I don't mind. I probably want it even darker at some point, but for now this is fine. Okay, let's move on to the other side. I don't want it on our character, so there I have to be a little bit more careful. Let me see if I'm still in view. Yes, let me move my book because we're going to the right of the page. I want you to be able to see it. There's a moon over there, so I want to keep that white. So I have to be a little bit careful right now. As you can see, I also colored the tree. So yeah, like right now I just want one big base layer. I'm not being precise or anything. I'm also going over the trees because I don't mind it being blue. In the house, I don't know yet what color I want. So I'm trying to avoid it if I can. We will probably do more layers than just one, just to make sure that it's dark enough. I also want some on this side tree. Okay, let's keep going. A little bit more pigment. But yeah, this is a pretty like quick step to do, you know, because watercolor is a quick medium. Let me remove my clip. I will move it all the way down here because I need my space right now. Took some more pigment from the palette. But yeah, this is really... Oh, don't put your arm in the paint, Pauline. Yeah, maybe today wasn't my best day to record this for you. I'm stuntling, you know, like being a bit of a hazard with my paint. But that's okay. That's probably also how you are doing this. Like, I was a bit nervous to start this because it's so big. But I know I can do it, you know, and I know what I want. Like, it probably won't look exactly the same, but that's perfectly fine, you know. I'm okay with it not looking exactly how I plan it to be. Like, it's just a mood that I would like to have. Like, right now we've got like all the blue all around. Like, here it's a bit darker and here it's a bit light. So I want a little bit more pigment over there. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit more. I'm gonna go over it one more time. Just moving it along this edge. Like this. Nice and smooth. It dries up really quick. So probably by the time we're done on the outside, this is already dry again. So okay, now we're going to the left. Let me see. Are you seeing the entire picture? Not exactly. I'm just going to move my camera stand to the left so you can. Because I don't have any more space on my desk. So I have to be a little bit creative with how I'm showing you all this. Okay, let's start from the left. This side of this time. This time. So yeah, I hope you're all doing okay. I'm doing a lot better than I was like at the beginning of this month. Today it is, let me see, it is the 19th of September actually, and it's 4:10 as you can see. So yeah, it's still the afternoon, late afternoon. I really like to do art in the afternoon, late afternoon and early evenings. It's usually my window when I do artsy stuff, because I always have a nap like from around 2-3 o'clock till roughly this time. Then I have some food and then I usually start my creative stuff so that I have a full belly and I'm not hungry or like really thirsty. That's a good start if you want to do stuff without being like interrupted because your belly is rumbling. Because that happens all the time with me, because I usually, when I do stuff like this, I forget to eat. And yeah, that's just not nice. But as you can see, I'm just doing the entire ear. And now I'm only taking water to blend this out. Because I want a different color as well, as we saw in the... I don't like how dark this is, so I'm just going to try to make it a little bit lighter. Let me dab it a little bit more. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm moving the pigment on the page now. Hoping to make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, it did work a little bit, yes. I think it achieved what I wanted. Okay, good. Because I want to keep everything light right now. Okay, the next color I want is some purplish pink. Like I want to go to purple and then to pink. There's a hair over here. Let me remove it. Thank you. Is it gone? Yes. So we want a purplish pink. I think that one would be really pretty for the purple. And for the pink, I want that one. So we're first going to go with C313, which is the sixth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is this one. Let me grab it from my palette. Yes, the lovely purple. Let me put that on my palette so I got my colors set up. Okay, good. That's the purple. Let me clean my brush. Maybe I shouldn't do that on my book. Laying your tissue on your book is not the greatest idea. Like, it's almost clean now. So now I go to my other, like, jar with water. And now it's completely clean, hopefully, almost. And I repeat that until there's no more, like, pigment coming up. Like, right now, there's almost nothing. So that means I can now take a different color. So I want the pink, which is the third one. I'm just gonna grab both of them so I can work at the same time. So I don't have to, like, mix my next one while I'm busy with the purple. So I can just move on, you know? Make it a quick process. Because I want it to blend in with each other. Okay. And it's clean enough. Okay, good. Let's start. So we're going to start with the purple, which is C313. Let me use a little bit more water. It's a lovely purple. So we're going to add in the purple from the sides. And I want the pink in the middle. Like this part I want pink. And then a little bit of purple and then purple on the top. That's the idea. So that's our goal. So we're going to start on the left. I'm going to hold my book up a little bit because it's easier for me to work then. I am not worried about the trees because I want them really dark. So that's why I don't mind going over them. So I'm making this side a lot more purple. Like so. I might want to go over it again later. It's a lot of purple pigment. Let's blend it in a little bit to what we already have. Yeah, since they're not really like cloud shapes, except for these, I can't really do like my usual cloud technique, which I love to do. But that's not what I'm trying to do here right now. I'm just trying to have a nice smooth gradient. So that's why I'm now only using water to go all the way down that line. See, now it blends in with the blue. See? That's what I wanted. I want a nice and soft gradient from the blue to the purple. So now I put a lot more pigment on this side without being too careful. And then I take my brush into the water cup, make it just water, and I blend it out. Just like doing like this. If you've got too much pigment, you need to do this again probably. You have to repeat it a few times. And that's perfectly fine. As long as you know that that is necessary. Okay, let me add some more purple all the way to the right. So I also want it here. As you can see, I'm not using any masking tape, any masking fluid, none of that. I'm just going straight in, which might be too difficult for some people. So if you can't do that, or you're afraid you might go over the moon or the characters, use masking fluid for those big areas. So them, I would suggest do them, do the moon. And once you're done with like the background, you can remove it then, you know, if you're too scared to do what I do. It's perfectly fine, you know, we all have our strengths. So now I've got this. So I've left this part a little bit lighter, as you can tell. I did not do that on the left, as you can see. I just made it a bit of a blend. But I don't think it's dark enough just yet. But I don't want to go back in straight away. If I want to do more, I will do that once this dries up. For now, I'm just going to do a light layer. And maybe once I've done everything with a light layer, I actually like it. And I don't have to go back in at all. That's also sometimes what happens with this. That's why I'm working slowly. But like, you know, not making rash decisions and do too much pigment. That's why I keep it really light as well. Because sometimes I think I want it like kaboom dark, but I actually don't. Okay, now I'm just gonna wet this area. And the reason being is that if I wet this and I put the pink on top, it will blend in with the water and it's easier to make it smooth. So now I take my pink, and it's really bright probably, yeah. And I just do this. Not really thinking about it, just doing it. And I just do it like that. And then I take my piece of tissue and I put it right on the bottom of my book. Hold my book like this. Hopefully now the water drips to the bottom. Hopefully. Yes, it's working. Okay, and now the water that was inside is almost gone. It's now on my tissue. But if that doesn't work, you have to still like put it in between so it doesn't drip to your other pages behind it. I don't like how blotchy this looks, so I just want to blend that out a little bit more. I'm not sure if this is enough pink for my liking. I think I want a bit more, so I'm going to add more. So I'm going to dilute it even more, and I'm going to go over it another time and add a bit more pink because I think it's a bit too meh. And because I'm also using the purple, like I'm now also putting purple there, I can blend it in really nicely. But you can really see the page buckle now. Like it's like coming up here. See this? Because it's so wet. So if the paper starts to rip up, don't do this. Then wait till it dries up. But because it isn't, I can just work wet and wet. And I'm going to add in more pink. Let me use my brush. I want more pink. I want it brighter. I want more color. This is like what I mean. I start light, and when I'm not happy, I just add more and more and more. And because it is pink, this becomes more purple anyway. Because that's just naturally what it does with blue. If you do red and blue, you get purple. And because I put up the blue, oh, there's a hair. Gone, I think it is. It automatically becomes more purple over here. But I have to be a little bit careful because I can see that the junk that was on my brush is now on the paper. So I'm trying to remove it by slowly like moving my brush over it like this. I think it worked. Yeah, I think so. But you can see how wet it is. But see, this is what it looks like right now. I think we need some more purple under here. It's a bit light. So let's add a little bit more of the purple. You can find all the names of the colors I'm using on screen, because I probably will forget to tell you throughout. So I will do that while I edit. So if I forget, it will be on the screen, just so that you are aware, because this is already pretty complicated just by itself, even for me. Because I don't do watercolor a whole lot. I only started doing this recently. I do really like it. Okay, only water this time. Blend it out. Just making it soft on the edge. And then we're gonna leave it alone because I think this is pretty nice. think I like this. Yes, I do. Like, look at that. I like it. And if it's not dark enough, I can go over it once it dries up. So that's the entire sky done. Then I would like a grayish green. I think I want to go from blue to grayish green to a dark, like, you can see that there are layers. Like if I do my paintbrush like this, there's a layer here. There's a line going from there, which is probably up to this tree and goes behind them. Then you got another layer that goes like this and disappears here as well. But here you see some lines as well. And then you've got this little part left of the grass. And then you've got the pathway down here, which goes like that to the house. So I think I want the last bit blue. Then I want a grayish green with a little bit of blue. And then I want like a muted green, I guess. That's the way to call it. So that's my idea. So what I will do is I will pick that blue again, which we started off with, to do that part. And then we will blend it into, I think I want this green, because I don't want, or maybe that one, because that's a real green. Because if we mix this with the blue, it will already become a bit like in between, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I want that one. So because I already have this one on my palette, because we used it before, I'm taking this one. So that's number 4 from that side, which is C183, this one. I'm putting my colors on my palette, so I can just use them again and again. So I don't have to keep taking more from the palette. And I can just continue working. So I don't have to keep going back. Like right now it's really green. I'm not sure if you can even tell. Okay, let me clean my brush and let's start with the blue. We're starting with A297. That one I already had on my palette. Like, look how green that is. You see what I mean? Really green. So now I go into my other cup, clean it again, because I don't want green right now. I want blue. And look, it's already a lot cleaner, see? Just keep doing that until almost everything is gone. Like, that's perfectly fine. If that blends in, I'm not unhappy. So let's do that. Okay, let's start with the blue for this part. It's probably a bit dry, so I'm first gonna wet it a little bit. And that means it's a little bit green. I also do that here. This is also the sky. Okay, good that I checked it out. But right now we're gonna go around the kittens, so we have to be a little bit more careful. So if you don't like this like woohoo stuff, like what I'm doing right now, free-handed, mask the characters right now. Like, you should have done that before we started. Then we can do the background first, and once you've done that and it's dry, you can rub off the fluid from the characters, and you can do those after. And the same with the pumpkins, if you don't want them like covered up by whatever we're doing right now. But I never do. I never use that because it's just too much trouble for me. And I don't mind if it goes over. Okay, now I've taken the blue. It is A297. And I'm just gonna use it on here. I'm trying to avoid the pumpkins if I can. I don't mind going over the gravestones a little bit, because I want them to blend in with the background. I don't want them to stick out. I might do the same with the pumpkin after all, like later, but maybe on the left, because I want some shading on it. Yeah, let me just make them blue as well. I don't really mind. Like, blue is also a really nice shading color, so it's okay if it goes on the kitties. But I would prefer not to. I'm trying to avoid them right now. I will do like the sides of the pumpkin, so that it already has some shading on the left and the right, just in case. And I will go over the trees a little bit, just so that it's more easy for me to see what is what. And there's a hair on my brush again, or on my paper even. I can see it like right there. And I think I've got it. Okay, good. Okay, let's keep going. More blue to the left. I'm working pretty wet, as you can tell. I'm doing it on purpose. So now I'm just blending it downwards to the character. It also goes over the character a little bit, as you can tell, but I'm not worried about that, because I probably will do some shading on them anyway later down. What is this? Okay, let's do a little bit on this one, and then we're gonna blend in the green from this point onwards. I still need to do this part because I forgot. And that part needs more blue, because that's the sky. Like that, probably. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, let's take some of the green. A little bit, not too much. Just a tiny smidge. And then we're gonna just do like this. Blend it in and move it forward. Maybe it's a little bit too green for my liking, but... Oh, that's the pathway. Hold up, I'm making a mistake. That's the path. Okay, if you make a mistake and you found out soon enough, you can dab it like this. And you see almost everything is gone except for this part a little bit, but that's okay. So that's what you do if you mess up like I just did. Oops. Yeah, I'm not really that fast if I mess up. But I did not see that. Okay, this is the other side of the... what I was doing. Okay. And continue without thinking about it any longer, hopefully. I don't know what color I want the house just yet. I think I want it like a muted grayish green, but I'm not sure yet. I'm just gonna use this all the way. I'm not worried about going over the poles and such. I really don't mind. Let me take a little bit more water. Okay. Move it a little bit more into frame for you. And then as you can see, it moves along here. I don't want it on the cat, so I have to be a little bit more careful right now. As you can see, I've got a lot of water on my brush. I'm doing that on purpose, so I've got more meters I can stretch it. If I use a lot less water, it's not as easy to move the pigment for such a big space. That's why I'm using a lot more water, but I also used a lot more pigment, so just to be transparent about that. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave those puddles of water with the pigment and leave it to dry like that. There's also some in between. Just gonna dab it like this. And I'm just gonna work my way around the page. I can always make it a bit more grungy and a bit darker if I don't like it at the end. Like this is all the pathway, it seems like. See? I think this is all the pathway, so I don't want any green there. I want green behind them, like this part. And now I have to be careful that I don't mess up. Trying to keep my water away from the inside. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Well, let's just give in and just dab it outwards. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we'll have to use our tissue. You probably need to use the tissue. If I'm completely honest, I think it's not gonna work out if I do it like this. Let's just move this for now. And then I will worry about the water in the spine. If it's too much, I can remove it. For now, I'm just moving along. As you can see, I'm not really fussed about it going into the pumpkin and such stuff like that. I'm just letting it do its thing, basically. Like, yes, there's a lot of water in the spine. Like, I let my brush soak it up because it's now a lot drier. Like, see, now it's almost gone. So we don't need to dab it with our tissue. Okay, let's move along. Like, I want a little bit of green on this one, but just a little bit. Not as green as the foreground. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's just keep moving. I'm not taking more pigment right now because I want this really light. I only want it darker on the front bit. But yeah, this is tricky because you're working next to the kitties. Okay, now I'm gonna take some more pigment for this side. I see that I messed up a little bit here, so I'm just gonna use this to move the pigment down. I don't really mind it going over those things. This one and the pumpkin. I don't mind that there's some green on it. It will only look like, it doesn't look messy once we've done everything else. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit more to the left because there's more grass over there. Just so that you can see that I'm also making that green. I do need some more pigment, as you can see, and I also need some more pigment over there. So let's grab a little bit more green. Make it a lot more green. I do want really bright colors, as you can see. Definitely not pastel this time. So yeah, and we might not do a whole lot with the pencils on the background itself, probably only on the trees, you know, and we will leave the grass as is because that's why I wanted watercolor, because that makes it really nice and soft usually when you do stuff like this. There's more grass over here, forgot that part. But as you can see, the tip that I use is really tiny, even though the brush is pretty big. But if you don't have a lot of control of your brush, take a small one. Don't do what I do. Just so that you are aware. Like, I also want some green in between the tree. So I think it looks weird if that's also pathway, you know what I mean? And you can't really tell by looking at the picture if it is grass. That's a tree trunk. So I'm just pretending that it is. And this is probably the road again. Let me see. Road line. Yeah, probably this is the road. So let's pretend that the road is up till there. I want a little bit more green underneath here. And then I will blend it into the path color when we do that next. But now I first want to check out how this looks. If I like it like this, or if I need some more, like, let me put you back without making you feel dizzy. Yeah, we're just gonna do it this way. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do. I do like this. It's nice and soft, but I do think I want this a lot darker, but it's not dry enough. It's still really wet. So we can't do that just yet. So we're just gonna move along with the pathway, but I should open up my reference picture because it closed itself down. That's what happens when you're working on stuff for that long. Okay, let me clean my brush and let's think. For the pathway, I want a brown ochre tone. Like on the picture, it has something like this, but I think I'd rather have that one because it's a bit less yellow. It looks a bit more orange brown on my swatch. So B277, which is the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this one? Yes. Let's take that one because that will be our main color for our road. Let me grab some more water. And we can always go with a darker color on top if I don't like it. If it's too muddy or too yellow or too brown even. Because I also want a lot of shading. I think I want some shading with the purple or the blue once we get around to it. But for now, we're just going to do flat colors with whatever we pick. So this is number B277. I'm going to put it all around the pathway. So I don't want it on the house necessarily. So I think I want it from here on. Like that. And we're just going to do it like this. Like really dilute it. Because I don't want it really strong. And I don't know if I want that the same. I think I want that more like a gray tone. So it doesn't stick out. I want the pathway to stick out from that part. But it's a nice warm brown ochre tone, which I like. And I'm gonna like use it all around the pathway from front to from back to front, all the way, like this whole thing. So that's a whole distance that we have to do. So let me move my book a bit up so you can see more of it. Taking some new pigment, and now I have to be careful again. I'm just going to fill up the entire space behind them, slowly but surely. As you can see, I'm using a lot less water and pigment at a time because I don't want it to go over all the objects right now. That's why I'm a bit more like, it's also a lot drier, my brush, as you can tell. That's why, because I've got a little bit more control if it's less wet. But I do have to work pretty fast if I do that, because I don't want it to dry up. Because then you don't have a nice smooth filling in of the area. So you don't want it too dry. Let's see, this is also part way. Just taking my time to see what is what. And then afterwards I will do some shading with the purple, I think. I think I want purple shading. I think I like that. Okay. A little bit more water, and then let's move on to the next big area. That's his outfit. Yes, okay. That's too wet. Okay. Less water. Going a bit quiet now because I need a little bit of focus for this part. So I don't want to go over them with this color because this is not the color I want for them. Like if I go over the pumpkins, there's no big deal because they will have orange in them, so I don't mind a warm tone in them. But for the characters, I prefer not to have this tone. Like they can have some purple on them, but not this warm tone, preferably. I got set colors for the kitties. I usually make the two twin girls, I make them like salmony pinkish white. Like Siamese, but without the black and the brown tone. So only the light tone of the fur. That's usually how I make the two girls. And then for the two boys, there's a bigger boy and the smaller boy. The smaller boy, I usually have him brown striped. So he has stripes with white and brown. And then the big boy has brown and orange and white fur. So he's a mix, he's a tabby. And that's what I keep throughout the book. So that's what we will do as well once we've done the background. Like the background is the main thing right now because that's the most space we need to cover. Once I've done that, I can do something on the characters. Or I will go back over the background if I don't like it, if it's not dark enough. That's also an option. Because this is still pretty light, as you can tell. Maybe I want more color. But I'd rather do less than more because you can't take it back, you know what I mean? So I'd rather do a little bit less pigment that I have to go over with the second layer than doing too much and I'm not able to take it back. So that's why we're doing really light colors. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this because I've already done quite a few color alongs in this book and I thought it was time for another one. But yeah, this is a double page spread, just like the pirate spread that we did. Let me move my book a little bit so you can see a bit more. And I thought it was time that I did another one. But yeah, this time around for like September and October, we've got this giant ass double page Halloween spread. And I do want to like film it for you guys, but I wasn't sure if I would start then in September or in October. But because I've got quite a lot of plans for October, like plans that I would like to do, not in coloring books, but outside of coloring books, I thought let's just already start in September. If I finish it, that's all right, but I will wait with uploading it and like that kind of stuff till October because it's really nice if you have this in the month of October instead of September. So you can work on it yourself if you like. Then you might have like the entire month to do it, or at least a part of the month left to do it. I think that would be nice because it always takes a lot of time, you know, a double page spread. So I thought, let's just already film it. If I'm done before, I will upload it in the beginning of October. And if I'm not done before October, I will just probably do it somewhere halfway the month. Let me move my camera again for you. So that's my idea right now. I am going over the green that I placed. So it will mix in a little bit. But that's all right. Just means there's already some shading for this part. So that's the planning as of now. And by this time you will know, once it goes up, what it was going to be, if it was an early one that I was already done or not. Because if you see this on like somewhere in the first week of October, you know I probably was already done by the end of September, early October. And if not, it took me a little bit longer. But you will see it in the second week probably of October. Because I want to give you enough time to do this double page spread if you would like to color along. Because yeah, we all know that October is a busy month for all of us because there's a lot of lovely Halloween pages. And I know there are some challenges as well in October. I heard something about how many pumpkins. I don't exactly know what that is about. I know that you have to like count the amount of pumpkins you colored. I'm not sure exactly what the goal of it is, but that's what I understood of it. I think this is way too light for what I would like it to be. I want it a lot more shaded, but for now I'm just gonna let this dry. Let me feel if this is dry enough. I think this is dry enough. So we can go over the sky a second time because I want it darker. And I also want this a lot more moody, I think. I don't like how light it is. Or maybe we should do the trees first. That might be better because then we can see how much contrast it gives. Because I want the trees really dark, like from like a brownish to like completely black. With maybe a little bit of moonlight. I'm not sure yet. We also have the moon. I think I want it also purple with blue. So let's do that first. Okay, let's go back to the blue that we used for the sky. Okay, really light. Like I left it white because I did not know what I wanted. And now I do. So now I'm gonna go over it with the blue. But it's a bit more grayish blue because I mixed it with some green on my brush unintentionally. But it's fine. Okay, now I want some purple. I'm going to put that on the side. Blend it in with the rest of the moon. And then clean my brush again. And I want some more pink. A light bit of pink. And I'm just going to blend it back into the purple-ish tones. And that's how we're going to keep it. Really light, not too dark, because I want it light. Okay, now we're going to do the tree. So I want a really nice brown tone. Like a gray brown. So not a warm brown, I want a neutral brown. So we're going for this one. And I might need some black as well. So what I will do first is, will I do that first? No, I will not. I will not clean it just yet because I need those colors again. I will grab the A339, which is number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is this pen. And I'll grab my pigment because we need a whole lot from this. Might need some more. Okay. I'm gonna grab a lot of brown because we've got a lot of trees to color. Okay, let's hope this is enough. And let's start with the trees. I'm just gonna make them completely brown now. And I don't want to go on this one because I just had water on it. So we're gonna start with the one on the outer edge. So let's start with this one. I'm thinking that that's also too close to the one that we just did. So let's just move to the right of the page. Let's see, this is also a branch. Maybe my brush is a little bit too wet. Okay. Nice neutral brown. Going over it. Okay, holding my clip away. I'm just removing it. I'm just gonna shade it in all with this brown. And then we will go over it a second time with a darker tone in a minute. Once I've colored the whole tree. You can see it's a bit drier below. And that's fine because I want more detailed stuff. I don't want to go over the green, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm being careful. Now I've got the piece of pumpkin, so I need to be a bit more careful that I don't color the pumpkin stuff. Because I don't know if I want that brown just yet. I might, but I'm not sure yet. I can do that afterwards. I think I do. Okay. I think it's all completely brown now. Good. Then I will go in again with more pigment. Okay, and then I will make it darker on the side. Only nice and dark. So I just take more pigment and do the same thing, but then more to the right of the tree. So it's a lot darker. And there's a hair on my paper somewhere. I could see it and now it's gone again. No idea where it went. It's still on there. Yeah, it's still on there. There it is. Look at that. Got it. Good. So now I'll just leave my little bit of puddle there, so it will not be completely equal. Like, you see how wet that is? Really wet. And I think this is also a tree trunk behind here. I'm not sure yet, but I think so. What is this? Also tree? Probably. Let's just color that as well. Give it more pigment as well. Yeah, it's a bit complicated, you know, behind here. I'm just going to use that as well with a little bit of brown. Okay. Then I want to make this a bit better because this looks ugly right now. Because I'm doing this tree, I can't do the background just yet. I should have waited if I want to do the background even more. But I am not patient today. Just want to do everything. But now if I want to do this background again, I need to wait till this is dry. Otherwise it will become a mess. Like right here, it already goes over. That's not what I want. I think this is dry enough to do this part. I hope. We probably will go over that with a lot of pencil later, once we are in that stadium. I think this is enough for now on that tree. Okay, let me move my book so we can continue with the rest of the page. And we're just going to do all the trees like this. So we first do one layer and then we go back in with another to make it darker. And that's the plan for now. It's a lot more work than I thought it was. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not dry enough. Okay. Let's not move too close then. Uh-oh. The moon is not dry. Okay, these are trees as well. So yeah, this is one of my very first books that I bought when I started buying coloring books. Because I was looking at flip-throughs online and I was just like, I don't know, you know, why I like this book so much, but I just did. So I was like completely like, yes, that's one for my collection. So I just ordered it like almost straight away, like the first week of looking at books. And I have no regrets because it's a really nice book. Yes, it's really detailed and it has a lot of double page spreads. I don't know how many, but a lot of them, and I like it. I love doing double page spreads. Even when a page isn't a double page, I still would like to do both sides. That's just how my brain likes it. Like we should also do these tiny ones over here, these trees. Like if this is too difficult with a brush, then you can also do this with pencils. If you don't, if you're too scared to go in with a paintbrush, even a tiny one, it's perfectly fine, you know. I'm just being stubborn. I want to do it all with a paintbrush. Just like I'm doing this tiny stuff with the big paintbrush. That's just because I've got more control with the bigger brush because I can hold it easier because it's fatter, you know, on the brush itself. This is thicker, so for me that's easier to handle than the really tiny one because look how small that is in comparison. If I have to hold this, my hand cramps up and I don't have any control anymore. That's why I rather do it with the bigger one. So yes, I have to be careful if I do that, but I've got more control with it. Like, look how steady. See? The other one would just tremble in my hand because I can't hold it. As long as I can hold it, I can be pretty steady. As long as I don't have a bad day, that is. If I have a bad day, this would not be an option. Then I should not do this at all. Okay, let's do a little bit more pigment on it because I think it's not dark enough. And nice and dark. It always dries up a lot lighter than what you apply. So bear that in mind. You might think like, oh, that's really dark. But when it dries up, it's completely different. That's also something you have to keep in mind. Like this part is already a lot like lighter than it was once we applied it. So I'm just going back in and doing a second layer. So it's a bit darker than what it was the first time around. Focus face. But yeah, because my polychromos pencils doesn't like to layer on this paper that much, I decided to do a watercolor base on every paper, on every piece of artwork on this book, so that I've got less pencil work to do afterwards. That's why I decided on watercolor. Okay, keep going. It would have also been nice to do like purple trees instead of brown, but I decided on brown. Don't know why. Could have done purple trees. Would have been pretty as well, you know. But I decided on brown. I will make them a lot darker anyway, so then the color doesn't really matter that much. At least that's what I tell myself. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I like it either way. I like a lot of color on my pages anyway. So, yeah. It is fine. I am curious what we will do for the December month in this book. What we will pick then. If we will go for the double page Christmas train or something, you know what I mean? There's a page in here with a Christmas train, which is also a double page spread. I'm curious if people will vote for that one, because that will be straight after this, because this ends October and then you got November, December. If that's the case, then you've got 2 months for that. I'm not sure if people will be up for that, you know what I mean? After doing a double. Maybe they just want to do a single afterwards, but I might do it anyway, you know, like if I feel up for it, then I will do the double Christmas page by then. And if not, I will just follow along with what is chosen by the group. Because that's why I joined the group in the first place, because I don't want to choose myself, because then I will only do my favorites, and that Christmas page is one of them. And this one I also really like. It's also one of my favorites. There are a few more Halloween pages, but they are single pages, not double. Like, is this also the tree? I think so. Bit bulky. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, good. So yeah, that's why I joined the group, so that I don't have to pick it myself and people will just decide for me what I have to color or want to color in this book. Instead of having to decide myself. Like, I already picked so many pages in all of my other books that I just want this one to be decided for me because I like it that much. You know, like if I wouldn't be a fan of most pages, I would never do that. I would want to decide it myself because then my mood decides which one I want to color. But if I like all of them, I don't mind whichever one is picked. I will do it anyway. So that's why I joined, because it took me a while before I joined the group. Because at first I didn't want to be pinned down, you know, having to do that page. But you're not, you know, it's pretty open, a pretty relaxed group. If you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. That's basically how it goes. Really, like, relaxed. No deadlines and stuff. But I'm really, like, I put deadlines on myself, as I call it. I'm just a bit stubborn. And I like having goals. And if I write it down that I will do it then and then, I will do it then and then. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of you also have that same thing, that if you say you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. Maybe you don't. But that's just how my brain works. Oh my god, I went over the sky. Oops. I just like working in this book. I did actually forget about it on my plans. I did like everything that I wanted to do in September, like right now. And then I was like, oh, that was the last one that I really wanted to get done. And then I looked this morning. I was like, oh my god, how could you forget your cat book? Like, that's the one you were waiting for, Pauline. And I was just like, oh, why did I forget my cat book? Bit dramatic, you know. But at the same time, I was happy because I found out I was allowed to do a cat page. But I wasn't too happy because I knew I had to do watercolor. And it's a pretty complicated picture. So I was like, what do I even want? So that was step one, finding a reference picture for myself because I had no clue what I wanted. I first thought of like all purple and a lot of black. And then I was like, no, I wanted more colorful. So then I went with purple sky and maybe an orange house. I was like, no, that's more kind of carnival style. Like, no, thank you. And then I was like, maybe just normal Halloween pictures. Google that instead, or Pinterest that. And then I found this one. And I was like, yeah, that looks more like it. And I like the look of it with the blue, the purple, and more like normal natural tones as well. I guess it does not look exactly like it, but it has the same vibe. If it has the same colors to me, that's what I like. And then you still have like a nice variety of colors instead of only black with one color. And that's what I didn't want. That's why I went for like a gradient in the sky and a gradient on the grass, instead of just one plain color for the entire plane of grass. Don't like that, you know? I like to make it a little bit more complex than that. But you could, of course, do just all green on the grass instead of the gradient from blue to green. If you don't like this, I'm not stopping you, you know? This is just to help you out to make a start on this page. And if you don't know like what you want and you like this, then be my guest and copy paste, you know? That's why I do it, to help others out that have no idea what to do. Like, I use my reference pictures, and yes, I don't always stick to them completely, but at least then I have like a guideline of what I would like it to be, roughly. Like, yes, I might not like certain parts of it, but then I just change it. I'm okay with that. Let me do this part as well. And then I think, is this also the tree or is that his outfit? I am just gonna guess that it is a tree instead. In this part as well. I'm not actually sure. Let's just make this all tree. It doesn't look right otherwise. I think this is all tree. Yes, because it goes behind here. Okay, good. I'm not going crazy just yet. Oh no, I already am. I'm already crazy. That's always what I say. Like we're the good kind, the good kind of crazy, if you can call it that. Like, you know, we do stuff that like people are like, why would you do that? Because we can. That's why. That's what I mean with good kind, the good kind, you know. Like you've got the bad kind that, like, no, nobody would do that, not in a million years stuff. But this, why not? You know, why not use all the colors? Why not do a double page spread as a color along? That kind I like, you know. Most people wouldn't even try to record this because it's a double page spread, and I'm like, yep, why not? Like I did decide to tune it back a little bit and not do double pages only, because that will scare people away. Instead, I do a nice variety of single pages, double pages, 7 different books. But yeah, because I like this book so much, there's a big chance that you will see more color alongs than just this one. But I am trying to spread the love through the books, you know, also do other artists. I'm not sure what I want to do next after this one, because this will take quite some time to record and to make. Like, I think we're already an hour in. Yeah, an hour and 11 minutes even. This is gonna take quite some time, I think, now that I look at it and how far we are. But that's okay. You can keep me company, or I will keep you company while you work at it as well. Like, have a nice hangout together. I'm just talking to my imaginary friend on the other side. Yeah, that's really what this is, you know, for me. Like, yes, I'm talking to you guys, but at the same time, I'm sitting here all by myself on my desk, you know? Like, there's no one here except for me and my cat, which is perfectly fine, but it's always nicer. Like, is that the big? Yeah, that's the whole entire branch. Okay. It's always nicer to have someone with you, you know, to color with or to chat with while you color. That's at least what I think. Like, usually I just put on like YouTube and put on somebody's video to watch so that it feels like I've got someone with me, you know? I like doing that. And sometimes I'm not in the mood for that and I just put music on. Today I was like, yeah, let's record this one because I really would like to. Even though my voice is not like the best yet. I'm really tired still, but I'm feeling much better, like physically, except for the tiredness, you know. I'm just being tired because I sleep horrible. And I used to have this all the time, that I slept like bad for months on end. And that's exactly what has happened right now as well. Plus that I had a lot of illness stuff like last 2 months, which made me pretty weak. And recovering for me is like almost non-existent. It takes forever, you know, before my body decides that it's okay again. So that means that I will probably feel like this till at least the next month. Maybe by the end of October, it will finally start to feel a little bit more normal again. I don't know, you know, maybe I still feel the same then than I do now. It usually takes forever for me to recover, if I even do. That's just the way it is when you're chronically ill. And I'm used to it, so it's okay, you know. But being really tired that your eyes are just falling down while you do stuff, that's like the part that I do not like at all. But that's why I sleep before I record, so that I am actually fit enough to do this for 2 hours straight without having to take a break. I should actually take a sip of my drink because it has been an hour since I had anything to drink. Let's see where this tree goes. Let me put my brush down and take a sip before I continue and forget. Yeah, I like this. What I'm thinking right now It's like these are already a lot lighter than these are, and these are even darker. So I think it would be nice if the ones on the background are really light and the ones in front become really like pitch black some parts. You know what I mean? Like really dark to like fade it out. Something like that. I think that would look nice with this page. Just an idea. I don't know if I will go through with it, but that's my idea right now. Let me see. This is the tree. It's a leaf. Oh, that's on her head. I see. Okay. That's also her head, but that's okay. So yeah, that's my idea right now, that I want the ones in the front even more dark than the ones in the back. I'm not sure yet. For now, we're just gonna do them all the same. We can always change it up with pencils. Or more watercolor, but I think I'd rather do it with pencils. So I can have a little thinking session about it, if that's really what I want to go, which route I want to take. Because I might change my mind, if I think about it. That's why I'm not making that decision right now. That's why we're just keeping it the same. Well, the samey same. So yeah, it's almost weekend. So maybe you've got some nice plans. I don't. I just have my game that I play with my sisters that I'm gonna play again tomorrow. And I look forward to that. But besides that, I don't have any plans to go anywhere. I'm planning to work on this lovely page. That's my plan. At least that's what I hope I can do, because if I'm too tired, I will have to wait another day. You know what I mean? But I would like to work on it more this weekend and record another part for you guys. We will see. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, because right now we also have a nice event going on in our game that also takes up a lot of my energy. And if I'm too tired from that, I can't do this. But I had a lovely sleep this afternoon, because I went to bed around 2 o'clock and I woke up around 3:30 in the afternoon. So that was like a nice long nap, you know what I mean? So I think I should be fine. If I wouldn't have fallen asleep, I probably would not have been recording right now. So many trees. I didn't realize it until I started doing them. Like, ew. I knew this was gonna take a while, but I did not expect this many trees. But there are this many trees. It's okay. Just keep working them. October is always my favorite month for like art stuff, because we have got Inktober challenge, which is like an artist challenge where they work with ink for the entire month of October. And the basic idea of it, like how it was officially set up by Jake Parker, which is the one who came up with the idea to improve his ink lines. That was his idea, that's why he started it in the first place, like years ago. He came up with like improving his line art. So that's why he made Inktober. So he could practice his line work every day of the month of October. And for every day he made a prompt word. So for every day of the month you get a word. And then you have to make an art piece, no matter what it is, with that word for that day. And that's what he did to improve his line work. And he has done that ever since. Like every year he has done that. And he's still a part of the challenge. Up till this day. Every year he will still have something go up on his YouTube or on his Instagram stories, So if you like that kind of stuff, you can check it out. It's basically just a challenge to improve your skills. And it does work, if you do something for 30 days straight every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes or an hour or whatever time you have, it does improve your skill. Really does. Like you can make your own challenge just for you. Like if you only have 10 minutes a day, you could just do like make a doodle with pencil, even if you don't like ink. It's not exactly about the medium. Like, yes, it was set up for ink specifically, so I usually use ink, like drawing ink or black ink or whatever I've got at the time. And I make a drawing every day. At least that's what I used to do. I do like Disney stuff every day. I made like a drawing that fulfilled the word with a Disney movie. That's what I started off with when I did it for the very first time many years ago. And I made a Disney drawing every day. And that's what I did for almost every day. But because of my illness, I wasn't able to keep up for every single day. Like, I'm just going over this part of the pumpkin. So after a few years of like doing Disney, I think I'd done that for like 2 or 3 years, Disney. And then I decided I wanted to make my own artwork for Inktober. So that's what I did. And I've done that now for I think 2 or 3 years, I think, give or take. But I'm not doing it every day. I'm also not always following the prompts. I'm just making like the sketches that I made throughout the year. I made them like in my Inktober sketchbook with ink. Made like the line work only. And I thought like maybe that's a good idea to actually do something with my original art. Instead of just having sketches, then I've got some line work that I can then move on with later in the year if I want to. Like instead of doing nothing with them. Okay, let me blend that out a little bit before we get like a line. Okay, this need more pigment because my pigment ran out. So I'm gonna take some more from my paint palette, number 5 it was. Because I don't have any more pigment on my palette. That's how many trees we have. Okay, let's take a bit more. So yeah, that's when I started my own original pieces, like 3 years ago or something. And ever since then, that's what I've been doing with Inktober. And this year will be no different. I will make my original stuff. But I won't follow like a drawing a day. That's not my challenge. You know, my challenge is to just make my own art, even if there's just one piece or a lot of them. It doesn't matter how many, as long as I make something, that I focus on making stuff. That's my goal these days, just to make stuff. But I've also been developing like more of a habit of doing something every weekend with my own art, like doing more sketching, actually working on art pieces that I would like to make, that I've wanted to make for years. So Inktober will be no different. Only this time around I've had a art piece in the making that I would really like to make this year. I really want to make it happen finally. And I've done a lot of sketches last month and also some on this month, and I finally made like the sketch for the art piece. And I thought like Inktober is the perfect time to make the line work for that piece of drawing, you know, for that art piece. Because I've got the sketch now, and now I need the line work. But at first I wasn't sure if I wanted line work or if I just wanted to do it with pencil instead, you know. I still don't know if I want to do it with ink or with pencil. It doesn't matter, as long as I do the line art this month. That's my goal for Inktober this year, that I do the line work on my art piece. Even if it's not gonna be with ink. I'm not sure yet, I have not decided. It's not October yet, so I still have got time to think about it. I might want to do it with like actual line work, but I think I'd rather do it with my colored pencils so that they're not as harsh. Like with this is black lining. That's what I mean. I either do this or I do colored line work. And right now I'm leaning towards colored line work. So for the tree I would do like brown, and for the pumpkin I would do orange. Roughly, give or take, you know. Sometimes I use black anyway. It really depends on what I'm lining. So that's my idea right now for Inktober, to do the line work for my original art piece, which has a lot of cats actually. It was inspired by a drawing I did like in 2023 for Inktober. Or at least not, I didn't do the drawing. I made a sketch in my sketchbook. But that was also, I think, the year that my last cat passed away. So I never finished the challenge that year. I never finished the drawings that I wanted to make, including that one. And I was like, I like that sketch so much that I actually want to make an entire art piece of it. And then I decided to sketch it out even more, make more cats, make more designs. And now finally I've got a massive drawing. It's an A2 size. So that's really big, as you can imagine, because this is roughly like, up till here is roughly A4. And A2 is 4 times that size, I think. So it's like twice this book, roughly, give or take. Maybe a little bit bigger even than that. So it's really big. So yeah, that will be a lot of work. So if I get the line work done like in October, that will be lovely, because that means that in November maybe I can do like some coloring on it and move along, you know. So then maybe by the end of the year it will be done. I'm putting my clips back on both sides so it doesn't move anymore. Otherwise it will like curl up. Okay, I think that were all the trees. Let me check. I forgot one. There's one. Are there any more? I don't think so. Okay, that one. We need one more tree. Okay, let's do it. One more. So that is my goal for Inktober. Like, that's my main goal for Inktober. And then besides that, I still want to do something else in my Inktober sketchbook, because I've got like tiny drawings in that, you know, like ideas that I might want to work out later. And I would like to make some, I think I want to make like portraits of the cats that I'm gonna use in my big drawing. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, let me clean my brush. And let's think what we want to do, if I want to make it darker in the background. Let's see. Okay, my brush is clean. Let me open up my reference again because it's closed down again. If I want this more black, do I want this darker? I want the grass at least darker. That's for sure. I don't know if I want the background darker because I like the faded out look. Maybe I just want the front a lot darker. I think that's nice. And we also still need to do the house and the characters. Like the house is also still blank. I think I want a more muted green on the front. Okay, so we're gonna make some more. Let me put that brush there. I think I'm gonna make some more muted tones for the front. So we can do that with purple, with this tone. I think that would be nice. Yeah, let's do purple with this tone. Do I still have purple on my palette? A little bit, but not much. Okay, we need some more purple. Which purple did I use? This one, number 5 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Is that one? I think it is this one. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's a different purple, but it's also pretty. This is the B214, it seems like. That's really purple. Like, I think I used this one and now I picked that one. It's more bluish. I'm not sure if I want that. I might. I think, yeah, but let's just do it. Who cares? It's purple. Okay. I think I want to use that for shading. I think I also want to use it for shading on them and the pumpkins as well. So we can use it as a shading. But then we've got all those pumpkins to take into consideration. I don't think I want to make it like correct. That would take too much thinking. Okay, let's have a little thinking. I at least want some shading on the grass and such. So let's do that first. Okay, let's just go straight in with the purple, no other color, and just go over the green. Ooh, that's really wet. Let me dab it off. Okay, I'm just going over the green entirely. See how that looks, if I like it, yes or no? I think I do like it. The thing is, I want it more muted, you know, I don't want it as green. That's why I'm going over with it. But it also blends in with the green, as you can tell. So it becomes less purple. Oh boy. Okay, let's take some more purple pigment. It becomes nice and muddy. That's what I wanted. More grayish green. Thanks to the purple. Yeah, I like this a lot better. Okay, good. Let's keep going then. Let's also do it on the left of the tree. I just want to mute it more, like make it more muted instead of like that bold green. don't like it that much. Like, I like it here, but I don't like it on the sides. I don't want everything to have the same shade. Okay, let's also use it here. Sucking up the leftover water. Yeah, I think it's just too bright, you know. I just want to make it a bit more muted. No, other side, Pauline. Your pigment is on the other side. I want to go to the left. Did you see that? Because usually that's where my paint is. Habits. Now it's not on the left. Okay, I think I like that better. I'm not sure yet, but I think I do. Okay, I want some more over here. More purple. Make it more Halloweeny. I think it's too green. Don't like it. Let's just make it more purple instead. Let's also do that on the right of the house. But my purple has been empty. This one. Now I've got my other purple again. So I like that one a lot better. It doesn't really matter. They're almost the same, but this one is a bit more warm. So it might look a little bit different, but not much. Okay. But just adding the purple, it already becomes more muted, as you can tell. More like a gray, muddy green. That's more of the tone that I wanted in the first place. I might want to go over it with like pencils anyway once I'm up that point, you know. So I don't know if I like it this light. I'm not sure yet. Okay, I like that at least a lot better. That's all. Like now it's more grayish green. That's what I wanted. It's also more like the reference picture, but that's a lot darker. It also has blue on the front. I might want that as well, but let's stick with the purple. Let's make also some purple shading on the pathway. Let's go with that one. I'm using a lot of purple right now. I hope it's not too much. No, it's not too much. Okay, good. Okay, let's go. Wanted a lot more purple. Also doing it there. This is the scary part, you know, like when you going darker instead of the really light colors. I like it, but it's also scary. See what I mean? Ooh. Going past all the objects. Ooh. Careful. I do like the effect it has, you know, like I like it darker. I already like it a lot more. Okay. And then we shade it out light. I want to keep it lighter in the front. Okay, yeah, much better. I don't want too much purple on the front. Oh my god, I'm not in view. Yes, I am now. Okay, good. As you can see, I'm going lighter when I'm going more into the picture. I'm also taking the leftover water from the left because that's where some more pigment is. So I can make this a little bit darker. Yes, okay. Let's take a little bit of water to blend it out because I don't want a harsh line. Blend this out. Yes, perfect. You're basically moving the pigment further on the page by diluting it. Yeah, I like the purple shading. Okay, good. Let's keep going. Now let's add some more underneath the character, because I don't like how light it is. I don't know how much shading I want, so I'm keeping it pretty minimal, as you can tell. And I'm also not keeping in mind a certain way I'm shading it. I'm just doing whatever I feel is right, or feels right. So there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. Let's add some water to blend it out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on purpose. I'm not making it like perfectly equal everywhere, because I want it messy, because it's the floor. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want it to be perfect either. I want some more shading next to his paw. Just like that. A little bit left of the pumpkin. This is why I'm just using a base color for my first layer, and then I might go over a few times with different colors like I am doing now, because now it already has a different look. Like if you see this, it looks flat. This already doesn't look flat anymore, simply because you use some shading. And you don't have to do it like really wild, you know, you can also just do it like really lightly, like I am right now. Because I don't know how far I want to take it, how dark I want to make it even. I think the light stuff is also really nice, just to have some shading instead of like over the top shading. I might darken it up anyway with the pencils. I have no idea yet. I've not made up my mind how dark I want to go. I at least want it darker than it is right now. I think this is still too light with what I had envisioned at the beginning. So I might add in even more afterwards when this dries up. Well, let's see how this looks once we are done, because I have not done anything on the characters yet, and we're already 1 hour and 37 minutes in. Yeah, this is going to be a long one, as I expected. I am not going to give up just yet. Let's see how far we will get today. Maybe we can't do everything with watercolor. And there's a hair. Damn it. Come on. A cat hair. Yeah, it's moving. Thank you. And I've got it. Thank you. Okay. Keep having cat hairs every single time. They probably come off my outfit. So yeah, I'm basically just going almost over everything, because I don't like it that bright. I want it more muted. That's why. Which is perfectly fine. Nobody is telling me that I need it bright. I wanted some brighter, like to watch the house. So that I will keep probably. I'm only gonna do some on the side of the road, like this. And leave it like that, probably. Give or take. Maybe some purple on the steps. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, good. Maybe some purple on the front of the house then as well. For this part. Let's use some color on this part. Don't know if I want it purple, but for now we're making it purple. It has a really light tone of purple. It barely has any pigment, as you can tell. So I will go over it anyway, but for now it is purple. Let's also give the pumpkin a little bit. This part I also want with the purple for now, so that it has some color, so that it's not completely white. Okay, let me have a look. Yeah, I do like the softness of this, and I like how dark it is over there. I think we need more of the darkness also on the front, so let's do that. Let's take some more pigment and let's use that on the front bit to darken it up even more. That's not enough pigment, but okay. Let's take some more pigment. That's more like it. Now keeping it really messy. And I do that on purpose because I don't want it perfect. Because if I do it perfect now, it will look weird if I mess up somewhere else. So that's why I'm just doing whatever. Yeah, I like it better like that. Okay, maybe a little bit more blending over here. Like you see this line? That's because I didn't blend it well enough. Let's try one more time. Let's also tap away the water a bit, because that also makes those lines. Okay, that should be better now, hopefully. Let's hope so. Some more purple on this side. Just keep adding to it until I'm happy. So yeah, as you can see, it still takes a long time, even though we're using watercolor. Normally I would have already been done, but because this one is so complicated with so many objects, it's taking a long time. And yes, I'm going over certain objects multiple times, but that's because I want it darker. Which is fine, you know? It is fine. Let's have another look. Let's use some more pigment on this side. You see how bright of a purple it actually is. That's how purple it actually is, this color. But you don't see it because we're using it on top of a different one. Then it looks completely different. Okay, clean brush. Blend it out a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Roughly, yeah, I think that's enough. Okay. That's that. Okay, let's keep that like that. Okay, I want some shading on them. So let's do that now with the purple. Take some more pigment. And a lot more water because we want it diluted. And there we go. Let's see if we can make this happen. Here we go. We're gonna shade him. There's a hair on the cat. Okay, I'm scared because I want them Siamese, so I don't think I want it on the cat itself. Let's use it on the outfit instead. This is scary, you know. I think I want like shading on both sides, because the light is like everywhere in front of them, basically. I think I also want the leaf purple, just because I can. Okay, I'm already deciding their outfits for them almost if I do it like this. I could, but I could also say no, this is just shading, Pauline. You can color whatever you like on top of it. I think I will take that as a yes. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm giving them shading, but I can do whatever I like on top of it. At least that's what I hope. I'm using this as my shading color. I hope it will look nice. We are going for it, people. So if you're following along with watercolor, then I hope you are enjoying yourself. And if you're doing it with pencils, then you might not want to do this step. You might want to go with the color you want the pumpkin to be, instead of doing what I do right now. This is literally only for shading purposes. I'm not sure if this is what I want, or you know what I mean? Or if I want something else. Okay, a bit of water to blend it out. Make it nice and soft. Don't want lines. Come on. Oh, please tell me I'm not too late. I hope not. This one is a bit stark, you know what I mean? Let's hope it will be just fine. Okay, I'm gonna do a really light shading on the kitty. Really light. I'm scared to do it on the kitty. That's why I'm keeping it really light. But I do need some shading. It will look weird if they don't have any. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I forgot the pumpkin. Okay, let's keep going. Pumpkin. I'm going from light to dark this time. Adding in more pigment. I like it like this as well. Alright, good. Next. Let me put my camera here so you can see it better, what I'm doing. We're basically just shading the sides of the pumpkin. And they're not gonna be purple. I already tell you they're not gonna be purple. They're gonna be orange. That's the next step. For now, I'm just putting some shading in with the purple. Okay, let's move this one. Yeah, I am not sure if this is the right way to go, but I'm just gonna do it. I wanna try it out. And even if I get purple pumpkins, it's fine. I like purple as well, you know, like, so if this doesn't work out, we are stuck with purple pumpkins. And I am okay with that. If that happens, that happens. Because I like purple. So if this is messed up because I done this, then so be it. Because I don't know if this is working out. I've never done it with purple. I've done it with blue many times before, but never with purple. But it should be the same, you know? Like, it should work the same, so why not? This is like adding the shading with a color and then going over with the color you want the object. That's like the technique that I told you about in the beginning of the video. That's what I'm trying out now on the kitties. And I'm also going to do it on this little fella. Because I don't want white mummification. Let's see, is that the cat itself? That's the cat itself. Good. I want some color on them. I don't want to make it blend and bleh. No color whatsoever because he's a mummy. No, no, no. You can have a lot of color as a mummy. So I'm gonna probably add a lot more blue tones as well on this mummy. But I want to keep it light because it's a mummy, you know. So that's why I'm using less color than I did with our other cat. Still want to make some darker parts on his outfit. Okay, water to blend it out. As you can see, I'm not being precise at all. I just want to blend it out so it's a bit smoother transition instead of stark lines. We will still probably get some lines, but that's fine. As long as it's less lines than what I otherwise would have gotten. Okay, a little bit of shading on this part, just like his sister. I do want some more shading on the thingamabobbies behind him. Some on the candy. Let's just give everything a little bit of purple. Yes, lovely. Okay, now the kitty itself and this candy. Okay, kitty time. Okay, so now that's all shaded with a light purple. Let me put that clip back before it curls up too much. What is a spooky? My cat is waking up. No, 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 no. Not on the desk. She tried to jump up. Oh no. Nay, baby. I'm not sure if you heard her, but she wants to jump up and I'm not done yet. No, mommy is busy. You have to, you have to keep yourself busy. That's my answer to that. Not on the paint, little one. Trying to hold my hand here so she won't walk on my book. She might jump up. She wants attention. If she does, I might pause it for a little bit. And then I will be back in a second if that happens. Oh no, she's gonna eat. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, more pigment for the pumpkin. I like it. I don't know why, but I like the purple. Even if this doesn't turn out the way I want it to, it will still be a nice experience. Let's just hope I did not ruin my book. I don't think I will. I think it will be perfectly fine, but yeah, it's scary doing something like this on a book that you really like. Okay, more pigment to the side. I have no idea if this will be nice. Okay, let's also put some purple on the ones behind him. Just for some consistency. I'm making everything purple. Yes, 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 I am. Okay, a little bit on the ones in the back. And let's move a little bit to the right. I'm just gonna keep moving around the page. We got another little ghosty over here. The little cat in a ghosty outfit. I like it. I love it. Maybe not that dark. Maybe some more water. Because I don't want it that dark on the kitty cat. Okay, let's light this up first. Niet op mama's bureau. Nee. Thank you. Now she's gonna try the other side. You can try. Little sneaky. Spooky is being spooky. She wants attention. That's what she wants because she just woke up. But mommy is not done yet. Yeah, I don't want a complete white outfit for this, for the ghost outfit of this little one. I want some shading on it, so it's not completely white. I don't like it to be completely white. Nee, Spooky. Yeah, good job. She's gonna lay in her carton box which I placed for her for this specific reason. So she's got a place to sit while mommy is coloring. She likes laying in it. It's just one of those order boxes that is like for A4, and then it's like flat with a little bit of a lip on it, so it's like this high, so she can rest her head on the edge. That's what she likes to do. Really cute though. Okay, let's give that also some shading. Just because we are working on this, everything will have some shading. Yeah, I think that's nice. I think I want the inside a bit darker, like this part. You might make that completely black once we color it, but for now I want some more shading. Little toys also there. Oh, so cute. Really adorable. This little guy. He's my favorite of all of them. Okay, let's do something on her. I'm gonna make her a lot darker because I want her purple. So it's fine if it's darker on her. Not too dark though, because if I want a different shade of purple, it's fine, you know, to have it lighter on the bottom. It looks really nice. Alright, beautiful. What is this? No idea. Let's take some more pigment, because I'm out of it again. We're using a lot of paint on this. This is going to be a long episode, people, so I hope you're up for this and you're still coloring along, because it's taking a lot longer than I expected. Like, I knew it was going to take time, but this long, no. I did not expect to be busy with my watercolors for this long. But yeah, it's a big page, so I should have known. Especially with this much detail on it. It's actually normal to be busy still. Okay, let's do a little bit more shading on the side. It's a bit light. Perfect. A witch's head. Beautiful. The only reason why she gets a lot more purple is because I thinking about her making her outfit purple. I like that color on a witch outfit. That's why she is so purple. Let's add in a bit more water to blend it out. Smooth it out. Otherwise I get harsh lines. Perfect. No, not the moon. Damn it. Quickly now. Quickly. Where's my tissue? Tissue to the saving. Come on, to the rescue. Come on. Get off my paper, please. Yeah, close enough. Okay, good. Thank you. Whew, that was scary. I almost messed up the sky. Look at that. I messed it up. Crazy stuff. I messed it up. I messed up my perfectly white moon. Now I'm just gonna blend it in with whatever I already have on the moon, so it doesn't look weird. Perfect. Don't think about it too much, just fix it with whatever you have. There we go. I think that's enough. Let's do some shading on her head, underneath her thingamabobby. No more. Right now, because I'm doing this, you can already see the shape of everything much better, which is really helpful. Okay, let's do this bottom part and then we'll have another look. Because then I think I've done almost everything except for the house, which is perfectly fine. Then we can make a decision about the house as well. Maybe I do want a purple house. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I like the purple. Yeah, next one. Ooh, really purple. Be bold. Some water. Yeah, this is gonna make a line, unfortunately, I think. Maybe not, maybe it will. I'm not sure. Could be fine still, hopefully. Okay, last pumpkin. Last two pumpkins, actually. Okay, let's remove the clip. Let's move it up a little bit. So, so we can actually do this part now. Luckily, my cat is pretty easygoing with me sending her away. She doesn't like sitting on my lap, but she does like to have cuddles and lie on top of my coloring book. That's why I sent her away, because I don't want her on top of my coloring book while I'm doing paint, and she knows this. But she tries anyway. But usually when I say no, then she just moves on, you know. I will give her attention once I'm done. She will be fine. She's used to it by now. In the beginning, she was laying on top of wet paint and such. And I even had to clean her paws and stuff like that because she walked into the paint and all that nonsense. Like, yes, it was a lot worse. So the way it is right now, I'm okay, you know. Like, I'm happy that it's much better by now. Okay, I think that's all the pumpkins done. It's maybe a bit light, but at least they've got a base layer now. Like, they already have some shape because of it. I think that's nice, you know. Like, let's do the house next. What do I want? Let me check my reference once more time if I like that for the house. They've got a greenhouse like this. I'm not sure if I like that. Maybe I do, because I want like bright windows. Yes, let's just do the same. Let's do the same as the grass. So we want some green with some purple. Like this muddy color. Okay, let's do it. Gonna make it a muddy color. Make it an ugly color. I don't mind. It's still really light, you know what I mean? But it's a grayish green purple, even though it looks gray. There's a bit of a purple hue to it, so that's good. Okay, let's color it in more. Okay, let's mix some more. Got more paint now. Darker shade for the roof. Yeah, that looks better. Much better. Yeah, this makes me happy. So yeah, you can probably expect like long episodes for this color along, because it's just taking time, you know. A page like this, it's not done within an hour or two, you know. It's probably gonna take at least like more possibly like 10 hours or so, like last time. That we had 7 parts of each like 1.5 to 2 hours long. So if we make this a little bit longer episodes, we might be able to do it in 4 or 5. Hopefully. I hope. I don't know. We will see. That's the thing. We will see. I cannot tell you because I simply don't know how long it will take. I just know it will take time. A lot of it. Which is fine. We will have time for this. But you can see that probably by the time the first part uploads. You already know that it's going to take forever. Because it's a double page spread, you know. Everybody knows that that takes time. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it all the same. Same. Okay, now at least that also has a color. We can do more with when we do the pencils. I did not do any on that one, so let's do a little bit of purple on that one. And these two. Just so that they're not as white. And I want that tail not white as well. Let's do these bits, because I forgot those as well. I think I've got color on everything right now. Yes. Okay, we are on 2 hours and 5 minutes right now. Let me have another sip of my drink, and then we're gonna go with some orange on the pumpkins. From the left to the right. And then we will see what happens. If it's actually working, what I think it is. Yeah, this side is dry, so we can work on that side again. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna do some orange. So let's pick an orange. A lovely orange. That one. I want this one. Not that one. That's too fluorescent. I want this one. So D216, which is this one. Let me take some water to activate it. Yeah, I'm gonna make it orange, baby. Ooh. I can already see it happening. Like, yes, baby. Orange, here we come. Okay, I'm scared. Are you? Are you scared for me? Okay, let's do it. I'm scared. Is it too orange? No, it is not. Okay, let's go. Less water. Let's see if it works. Yes, it's working. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. That's all I say. Amen. You see what I mean? Like now, the purple tone makes that part darker. Like you instantly get the satisfaction of having it shaded. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it works. Happy. Now I'm happy. Now I'm really happy. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah, this is like the yes, baby moment. Like the moment that you usually only know, like that only you experience. Like normally you are all by yourself. Like hopefully you're enjoying this with me, this magic. I'm trying to avoid the eyes in the mouth because I want them like yellow. So that's why I'm trying to avoid them. So this is just a light layer. We will go in with pencils next time to make this even darker. But then at least I know everything. Like every color that I want will be on the page. You know what I mean? That's the goal here, to have the colors we want on the page. So we're nowhere near done yet, as you can tell. We need a lot more pigment all over the page, which is perfectly fine. And it's just gonna take time. So I hope you have the time to stick around till we're done with the watercolor. If not, then you can always pause it and come back later to continue your page. I just like doing big projects like this. Like for recording, it's a bit tiring because I want to chat to you, you know, like entertain you a little bit. But if I do this in silence all by myself without anybody watching me and I'm just listening to videos, the time goes by so quick. Even while I'm talking to you, the time goes by really quick and I like it. But yeah, it can be tiring, you know. So I will not make it longer than 3 hours. So if it's longer than 3 hours, we will have a break and we'll do a second part with watercolor. But I hope we can do it all in one go. Like I want a little bit more darkness on this one as well with the orange pigment. This is what I mean. It always dries up lighter than what you put down. I want them a bit darker than this. Might have to go in more, but I don't want to. I think this is fine. I don't want to go in a third time with pigment. This is already time consuming. I don't want to do this again. Are you crazy? Yes, I am. I am. I love it though. Like, it has the effect that I wanted, and that's good. That's really good. Like, we still end up with a line over there, as I told you before, even though I tried to fix it. But yeah, sometimes it's already done, you know, you can't do much about it. It's fine. I'll accept my defeat. Okay, let's put some more on the sides of the orange. I want a bit more pigment on this one, because it's in the foreground. I want them a lot darker. I will do a lot more with my pencils later on. For now, we're just gonna do it like this. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. Makes me so happy seeing this. It's like magic when you do stuff like this. I love it. We need more pigment. Let me see, which one did I pick? The second one. Okay. Let me take some more pigment on my palette, because I think it's a bit too diluted by now. Okay. Let's do this. Let's add a bit more. A bit more darkness to it. Ooh, that's my belly talking to me that I need to eat soon. What time is it? It is 6 o'clock. So yes, it's dinner time. So that's true. My belly is not telling lies. It's telling me to go eat. So I think I will finish the pumpkins, and then I will have a little break. And maybe I will go and finish up the watercolor after dinner. So you will not notice anything, hopefully. Unless I decide to make it part 2 of this already, so that we can continue the coloring of also the characters and such. I'm not sure yet, you know. I think I will just keep recording if I'm up for it. And if it takes too long, I will just split it up. So I will just make an extra clip to tell you that, you know, if it happens. So that I can do that while I'm editing, instead of right now deciding whether or not I will finish this watercolor today, because I at least want to do the watercolor this month, you know. If I'm doing the entire picture, I don't know. I might not. But I love this result already. Like, look at that, it's gorgeous. Okay, we've got more in the background, of course. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah. Gorgeous. I love this so much that I'm like, it just energizes me like to do more and more and more, even though it's actually dinner time, you know what I mean? I know I should go and have food, but at the same time, like, no, keep going, keep going. Look at this. It's like the inner child coming alive, like, I want more. What the heck? That's a dog, probably. It sounded really weird. Came from outside. Or somebody sneezed really loud and made it look like a bark. Don't think so. Yeah, I think that's enough for the ones in the background. Don't want too much pigment on those. Let's just keep it simple for the ones in the back. We can always do more with our pencils. Yeah, that's someone sneezing. Okay, I'm not going crazy then. It is really someone sneezing, but they're really loud. Okay, there's one more over here. Oh, she also is holding one. Forgot it. No. There's one more over here. This one. Okay, let me put my hand in between. This is dangerous because the ones on the bottom are wet. What on earth am I doing? Why am I doing difficult stuff? because I like it. That's why. Come on. I am making it happen, am I not? Oh, I'm okay with it being a bit difficult in position. Like I've got to move my hand now a lot more. And if I could just move my arm. Now I have to do it with my wrist and my hand. Oh, but it did work. Okay, good. Next. Next victim. That's one. It already comes to life just by adding the orange. Like, yeah. Halloween, here we come. Like, we don't celebrate Halloween over here. We've got like something on 11th of November. We've got like Saint... What is it? Saint Martin? Yeah. Saint Martin. That's what we have. And that's basically trick or treat, but then the Dutch version. And they usually do put outfits on, but it doesn't have to be Halloweeny, you know? Like, usually they just have lanterns, that's it. And a bag for the candy. That's it. And they sing songs. That's what we do over here. It's not Halloween. There are some people that put Halloween decoration up, but it's not actually Halloween. It's just a Dutch tradition. I never liked it because then they come like around dinner time. The first ones already come like what do you call it? Howling at your door, like singing in the most horrible voices. You know, like that. The little ones are cute, but the older ones, nah. Like 10, 11, that's about it. If you're older than that, you're not getting any candy from me. No way. Like, if you're with a bunch, you know, with your, like, little sister, then yes, of course, I will give you some. But if you're by yourself and you know you're too old, you know, like, no. You know this. You know this. Your mother probably already warned you about it. They're not stupid, you know? They know exactly what they're doing. And some people will even tell them, no, go home. You're too old for this. Like, they just say it outright, you know. They're not that sweet over here. They're not that kind to kids that know they're too old for the tradition. It's basically for the little ones, you know. That's what it is meant for. I think we were not allowed to go anymore when we were like 10 or 11, I think, roughly, give or take. I can't remember, actually. I know it should have been around that time. But yeah, we like that at least, you know, we like the 11th of November. We went running down all those doors to get as much candy as we could because we did not get much candy at home when we were younger. So that was our chance to get candy, you know, for the rest of the year. At least that's what our mom told us, that it was for the rest of the year. Until one year I decided to eat it all in one evening when they were away from home. And I felt so sick afterwards because I ate like the entire, like, we had it in a cookie jar, like that big. It was full of like candy. And I ate it all and I felt so sick afterwards, like, duh. You just ate a whole a whole jar of candy. Like, what did you expect? Of course you're not feeling well afterwards, you silly. Yeah, I did stupid stuff when I was young. Like, just because we were not allowed much candy at all, I was like, yeah, let's eat it while she's gone. I regretted it. I regretted it. And my mom didn't have to say anything because I was already punishing myself more than enough, you know? But yeah. That's what happens if you're not allowed candy at all, or like really little. Then when you get candy, you're like, let's take it all, eat it all. Well, our mom are out. Our mom and dad are gone. Stupid, I know. But that's what happened. That's what you do when you're a kid. You don't know that there are consequences. Consequences to eating that much candy until you do it. And then they're like, yeah, that's what you get from eating all the candy. They just let us find out. Like, yes, she was angry that we ate it all. But at the same time, like, eating that much candy will make you feel so sick that you already punished yourself by doing it, you know? Oh, yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Love it. I thought it wasn't orange enough, and I was right. More orange, please. So yeah, that is our Halloween party, basically. And we used to have like, at lower school, which is like from age, what is it, 6 to 12, 10, 11, something like that. Like that's lower school for us. After that you go to middle school, which is like 12 till like 17, 18 roughly. And then you go to college or university or however you call it. That's how it works over here. That's where they still, like in the lower school, when you're still like really small, that's when they let you make your lantern at school. That's like part of the curriculum. So they have like a program that they've got like those papers, you know, that you can, when you put light behind them, it makes like really nice, it looks really nice. And that's what you can use. Like you had cartons from like milk packs or like yogurt or stuff like that. That's what was your basis for your light. And then you put like those crap papers. I think it's called crepe. I don't know, that stuff. You put that on it. You literally stuck it on like as if they were like in front of like the eyes of, if you made a pumpkin shape, for instance, and then the light would shine through that in all kind of colors. That's basically the idea of it. But yeah, they made you make those at school. Same with Mother's Day and Father's Day. They usually had like projects for you to make, so you could take it home to your mom and dad and stuff like that. Same they did for 11th of November. Yeah, we got weird traditions over here. Same with like, we don't celebrate Christmas like usually. Most families celebrate Sinterklaas, which is like also in December, but at the beginning of December. And then they pretend like that this like Saint Nicholas is coming from Spain with all his what do you call it, Pieten. They are like basically his servants. But yeah, they always like, foreign people always confuse it with slavery. But actually, the person who it's based off, he actually paid those people to work for him. So they were actually not enslaved. He was actually the good guy in that story. But it looks like it isn't, you know, like to outsiders. So they have a lot of protest around that. Let's not get into that. But yeah, we've got weird traditions over here. They've changed stuff so many times by now. But St. Martin never changed. It's still the same. It's not become Halloween. I think this is really pretty. Okay, let's see. What else? I still want everything to have at least a color. Let's do some... Let's do something for their skin. Their skin is like a creamy salmon color. So I will pick my pink, white, and a bit of yellow. Probably the lightest yellow. So let's first take the yellow. Excuse me. Let's mix it in. Let's dilute it a bit. I don't know if we need the white. I don't think so, because I want it a bit darker than I usually do because of the picture. So it's only the purple with the yellow this time. Like you see, it's a bit of a salmony color. Yeah, this is nice. I like it. Let's put it all over her face and such. Just so it has a nice base layer. Let's give them some color. So yeah. We were never that rich when we grew up. Like my dad worked his ass off, but my mom was a stay-at-home mom because she has a muscle disease. So she did work when we were like really little, but she did like cleaning houses, taking care of the kids. That's how it used to be. I need some more pigment for the next one. Let's mix a little bit more paint. It's a bit too, yeah, that's better. Okay. Then the other kitty. This one is the other girl. I decided that those are the girls. You could make them whoever, you know, because they look the same. This one also looks the same as that one and vice versa. But I just expected them to be the girls because of the outfits. Like this fits better with a boy in my opinion. But you could make them whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. Just do what you like. I just like this. I like the girls to have the witch outfit and the pumpkin with the Joker, whatever it is. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just giving them base colors now. What I want them to be. I was looking for a hand. Okay, that's him, that's her. Her feet are down here. I just want to give them at least the base colors and then I call it quit for today. Okay, I think that's enough for that one. Okay, then this one has brown and orange. So let's pick a brown. I think I always use this one, so A333. But I already have that one. No, I want the warm brown. This one? No, number 4. This one. I can mix it in with the other one, you know, the darker one. But for now, I want to use this one. Yeah, this is fine. Because if I go back in with my pencils, I want to make it darker anyway. But then at least I've got a nice starter point. You know what I mean? Because I think in my starting picture, he's also darker than this. It's okay. A little bit there. And then he's white. And then he's got some brown on his arm. With orange as well. And the same with this one. Just gonna add it in. I don't know. I think that's it, what you can see. And then his legs. And his legs go from brown to orange to white. So I just do roughly like this. And then I go back in with some orange. I think it's too light of a brown. I'm gonna mix it with the other brown. See if that is better. This is too orangey. Yeah, this is better. A bit darker. I want it like more brown. This is too orange. Okay, I'm already happier now. His tail. Okay, orange. We're gonna use the same one as we used on the pumpkin, I think. That one. Yeah, why not? As long as it's a little bit of orange. It's maybe a bit too much orange. Let's dilute it a little bit. He's like a mixed cat. Like that, roughly. Okay, and then the little one is mostly brown, striped with brown. Let's see, I want a darker brown for this one because this one is a lot darker. He has like stripes, like a tiger. So that's what we're doing. Let's also put it there because I want a dark spot over there. Okay, give or take. And his paws are not even visible, so let's do his paws. Let me check on the character page real quick what I did with his legs. Let's see. There he is. I also have some orange on him, as you can see. So, okay, good. Okay, so his paws are mainly white. And we need some more orange as well. Okay, good. So it's fine like this. Okay, bit of orange. Just a little smidge. I don't want too much. Just blend it in. You'll do the rest with the pencils, you know what I mean? Because it's difficult if it's that wet. As long as there's some warmth, you know, in the color that I picked, that I put on, should be fine. Okay, I think that will do. Maybe a little bit on his head, like that. Blend it out a little bit with some water, so it's a bit smoother. Then it's at least not like, then we can make the darker stripes by hand with the pencils. And then at least it has the blend or the shades that I want. Okay, that's good for the kitties. That's how they're gonna look roughly. They're gonna have blushes and such, but I want to do that with pencil because it doesn't look nice if I do it with this. Oh my god! I forgot that one. I forgot the main pumpkin. Okay, let's do her pumpkin. That's what happens when you color for this long. You start to forget stuff. Okay, let's do it. Come on. This is like, how could I not tell that there's a pumpkin there, you know? Like, it's an outfit. There is no pumpkin there. What are you talking about? Yeah. I totally missed it because of that. Because I thought it's an outfit. There are no pumpkins. Well, I knew that she's wearing a pumpkin, you know? Silly. I keep doing that in my color alongs, forgetting stuff. Every single time. That's what happens every day, you know? Like, I keep forgetting to color bits. And I just come back and I'm like, oh, I forgot this, I forgot that, I forgot. Like, there's always something I forget, even after looking 3 times. It's just the way I roll, apparently, these days. Just a little bit of a messy, forgetful. Just not seeing it. Yeah, it's fine. It happens to all of us. Okay, that's better. Okay, what else do I want? Do I want something else? I don't want to give them a different color. I think I want to do that with pencil. I want to do some yellow on the eyes. So let's do that. I want to do a really light yellow. So I'm going to use that one, the C202. That's what I'm going to use for this. I'm going to just use it straight up. I'm not going to do other stuff with it. I'm just going to use it straight from the palette. And I'm going to put it on the inside of the pumpkins, like in the eyes and such. Just like that. And I think once I've done that, I think I'm gonna call it quits for today. Oh, no, we're not, because we still need to do the rest of the outfits. I thought I was already further along than I thought I was. No. I still want everything to have a color, so we are not done yet for today. I want the watercolor done today. At the very least. That was my goal. I will just make this color along longer parts so that it's less parts, but then at least I feel like I can do stuff, you know, like without having too many breaks with recordings. Because if I just do like an hour or 1.5 or 2, it feels not enough for a page like this, if you know what I mean. It just feels like too little. I think I should take some away from that. It's a bit too much. Same with that mouth. Bit too much. Like, we will go over with pencils and make it a lot more bright anyway. It's nowhere near done. But it's fine. It already looks really nice right now. I like it. That's good. That means I've done good. Like, the effect that it gives is really nice. Oh, it's a bit too much water for such a small part. Maybe I should just dab it and make it less water, or less water. So I don't like it. I just need more pigment on my palette. That's what I need. And less water. There we go. Take the pure color on it. It's still too little pigment. More pigment. Okay, and a few more on this side. Let me move you. And the windows. We also need this on the windows. Not just on the pumpkins. Then at least I've got a layer of something on the entire picture, I think, except for their eyes. I'm okay with them not having something on their eyes, I think. Let's see. Okay. And now we're gonna do the house. Gonna do the windows. So I'm just gonna put puddles of yellow probably. I'm just gonna let it dry. Because it's so tiny that I don't think I can do it with single strokes. That's a door. Let's take the water off. Too much water. I think this is already enough, see? Yeah, it's already enough. Oh my god, there's a pumpkin on there. I missed one. This one is closed, but I don't want it closed. And the door, I don't know what I want. Probably a color green or something. I think that's it for the lights. I think so. Okay, clean the brush and have another look. I also did not do anything on their stuff. Maybe also the brown. Let's do the brown that we used for the trees. Like I did not do them at first because I wasn't sure, but I think they can use some brown. Just a light layer. Diluted brown. Just so that they've got some color instead of nothing. Then we can shade it with warmer tones with pencil. My goal is to have at least color on every element on the page, and so that next time we can go over it with pencil so they have got more of a better grip. Because without it I can only do like 3 layers of pencil and it's done. You can't add any more after that. So that's why I'm trying to avoid doing too much with pencil and doing a lot with watercolor. So that we have more options with our pencils. And it's working. Too much water again. Okay, we've got one more here. Again, I have to be careful because I forgot it. Again. I keep forgetting that one. Like, come on, give it some more pigment. Which one was it? It was number 5 from this side. So it is this one. Just adding a bit more pigment from my palette because it's a bit too diluted. Like, I don't like how light this is. A bit too light. Okay. Yes, I'm still in view. Perfect. That's much better. Now at least we've got some brown. Okay. I should have done this the same time as the trays, but I did not know if I wanted them brown or green or, you know. I decided I want them brown and dark. But then for now we just do a base layer of brown, lighter than the trees. Just so that we know what is what. There we go. Did we forget anything else? Like these ones have a little bit. I think that was that. And then we've got the candy on the ground. We've got their mouth. I think I want to do that with pencil as well. Just like the eyes is dull. Let's see. Is dull. What color is his dull? A warmy brown. We can do a warmy brown. Let's go for a warmy brown. That is color A333. Yes. It's so confusing what is what. He's also a mummy, just like his brother. I'm just gonna color it and I will figure it out later. I think that's enough. So he also has a color now. Then we need some on the candy, but I think we can better do that with pencils because it's really tiny. Okay, do I want anything else? I might want her head a different color. I don't know. What do I want for her outfit? Maybe red? I think I will do that with pencils as well because I have no idea what I want. I do want some more blue on him. So let's use the blue from the sky, diluted. That is A297. Let's use some more of the blue on him. Oh, that's a bit too much. A bit of water. That's a bit much. That's not how much I wanted. I did want some blue, but not that much. Oh, it's already better. Just for some shading, you know? Some more shading than just the purple. Purple is a bit too warm for my liking for this one. This way it also becomes a bit more grayish. That's what I want. Beautiful. I think by the end of this, when I'm finally like almost done, I think I will be so tired of this page by working on it for that long, you know? Right now I'm still happy with what I'm seeing. But next time when I go in with colored pencils, that will be the second time you touch the entire picture. And that's a bit like, it's just a lot, you know? Can be quite a lot. Okay, a little bit more pigment for the bottom. So there are more layers than just one. That's probably the background now that I look at it. Well, that's okay. And use a lot more pigment next to his neck for shading. It's getting somewhere. I want him to stick out from the background, therefore he needs more contrast than what we have on the background. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. That's already better. There's a bit more shading than what it had before. I think I want to leave the little ghosty like this for now. Could always do some gray on top. But I do like it, have a bit of a purple hue. I think I like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at this because I'm not sure what I want. Maybe I want a dark brown for her shirt instead. And I don't know what I want with this. Maybe that should also be orange. I also like the purple at the same time. Maybe I should do the edge. Like I want to keep this the neck piece, the clown piece. I want to keep that as is, And I want this a darker color, the outfit itself. And then I want the edge of the head or the head itself the same color as the outfit. So if I make this dark, I could make the edge really dark, and then either or, you know what I mean? I think it would look better if we keep the outfit and the headpiece the same and the edge different. But I'm not sure, so we're not going to do any on it. So I think I'm going to call it done for today. So I'm going to put my paintbrush to the side. I always love how this looks afterwards. Like it's a piece of magic. Okay, but I will clean that later. I will, will I? Yes, I will pause you. I will zoom out a little bit. I will be right back. Okay, I've hired my camera a little bit, so now you see a little bit more of the picture. Like this is the edge of the paper, and the edge on this side is a little bit further, as you can see. So we're almost having everything in frame now. So this is how far we've got today. And I'm gonna let this dry overnight, and then hopefully tomorrow I can do some pencil, hopefully, because I think just the base layer is fine as is. Like I might want to add in more color on the background and on the trees and on everything, but I think it's better to do that with pencils because this is a nice base to work from, you know? Doing like layers on top of this is not that difficult anymore. At least they've got color on almost everything, which makes the pencil grip on more or better. The only thing that I don't like is how light this is, but because the moon is there, I think it's okay. That's why I keep it. That's also why I kept this light bit, just because of it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed part 1, because this is going to be part 1, a whole long ass part 1 with watercolor. And I hope to see you for part 2 when we're gonna put some pencils on this big boy. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye bye.